always, I am Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnosis trainer, breakthrough church. I can never speak properly. Breakthrough coach trainer. And I do train a couple of other modalities as well, including Thailand therapy, law of attraction, positive psychology, energy, and EFT, and a couple of other things and stuff. So I'm wanting to talk today about how to become a neuro-linguistic programming coach. I do actually get asked a lot about how do I niche down? How do I know what kind of coach to become? How do I know what area to work in? And so I kind of want to talk to that, because one of the things that you'll find as you look more in depth around training as a coach is that neuro-linguistic programming doesn't limit you to what area and what niche you want to work in. So regardless of what area of coaching you want to work in and what outcomes and results you want to help people with, NLP is a really powerful way to support you to be able to help, and it doesn't limit you by the niche that you want to work in. So let's say, for example, if you were to do a coaching course around confidence coaching, for example, that might limit you to only help people with confidence. Whereas with NLP coaching, you can help people with a vast amount of stuff. And we spoke a bit about that last week. Hi, Gemma, lovely to see you. So if you are live with me, do give me a wave, give me a hello. If any of this is helpful, let me know. If you want to request a specific topic, let me know as well, because that helps me to know that I'm talking about the right kind of stuff that you want to learn about. So when you first think about becoming a coach, or if you are already a coach, you may be thinking that there's so many different options to pick from, so many different niches that you can niche into, and so many different areas that you can help people with. And you might even be thinking there's quite a lot of different areas that you want to help people in, and you're not sure which one to hone in on. Now, the beauty of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is that you can help people with so many different outcomes and so many different things with each of the techniques that you learn within neuro-linguistic programming. It really is, you are able to learn it, and then after you've learned it, then niche into the area that you want to work in. So an example of this, today I delivered a session in our neuro-linguistic programming practitioner course around collapsing anchors. Now, collapsing anchors is where you can help someone release a minor negative emotion. So let's say, for example, someone is, and these are examples of things that people use today actually on the session, where they're feeling annoyed or irritated towards a child because the child keeps moaning a lot and is kind of causing a bit of frustration. Another example is that was used quite a few times, and I can also resonate with that one as well. My 3-year-old keeps waking me up in the middle of the night telling that I need to wash her dummy. Very irritating. Minor negative emotions. This is real life, so I'm just being honest. Okay, so another example is if you don't like going to the gym, but you know you need to go to the gym, or you don't like working out, but you know you need to work out, or you don't feel motivated towards working out and you know you need to do it. Another example, you don't feel motivated to do admin or stuff around admin in your business, but you know that you need to. You don't want to do sales, it's giving you a minor negative feeling, you don't want to do it. Another example could be if you get road rage. Right? If you get road rage and it's a minor negative emotion, something's triggering you. Could be when you wake up in the morning to your alarm clock, the sound of the alarm clock is making you feel a bit meh. Right? So you can see that just from this one technique that I taught this morning, there are so many different areas of things that you can work in with your clients. So if you, for example, was a personal trainer and you knew that that's what you wanted to help people with, you could learn this technique to help people feel more motivated to go to the gym. You could use this technique to help people collapse any minor negative emotions about working out or going to the gym. If you were a parenting coach, you could help people with that irritance around supporting the children and helping the children because they might be feeling irritated about them moaning, right? And again, I can completely resonate with that. So there are so many different areas of things that you can help people with. So the beauty of learning neuro-linguistic programming is that you can learn it without being limited in the area that you want to work in, and then double down afterwards to really understand what it is that you're helping people with and the outcomes that people can get as you're working with them. Another thing as well is, like, you might think that you work in one area. So this happened a lot with me when I was doing a lot of business and sales coaching. So previous to doing NLP training, I really honed in, because my background's in sales and business, I really honed in and niched into business and sales coaching. One of the things that I found in every single situation, in every single one of my clients, is that although we were coming together to do business and focus on their business, there was always, I will repeat, always something going on in their personal life that needed addressing before we could then focus on the business area, because it was kind of blocking them from being able to see their vision, or they were holding on to some emotions or something that was holding them back from being able to then work on the business side of things. So although my niche was in business and sales, I actually ended up doing a lot of coaching for personal and a lot of life coaching as well, because that's what my clients needed. So again, one of the beautiful things about neuro-linguistic programming and learning NLP is that you're not honed in, you're not too stuck in the way that you can help your clients, and you're a lot more flexible, and you can support them with a lot more things, which helps them get better outcomes and helps them get better results in the actual thing that you do support them in as well, because you can do a sort of holistic approach to supporting them. So neuro-linguistic programming really does support you with so many different things. And as I said, in this last couple of weeks, we've been talking about what is NLP, how can you use NLP, what different areas can you work in with NLP. So I do recommend, if you've not watched them, to go back and watch the replays. If you're on Instagram with me, you can find them on Instagram TV. And if you're on Facebook with me, you can find them in the live section as well. So if you're completely new to coaching, it may be, or even if you've been coaching for a while, or you've just started coaching, it may be that you may find yourself have some kind of limiting beliefs coming up, things around marketing yourself as a coach and selling yourself as a coach. Because let's be honest, often people who want to coach start that journey because they want to help people, they want to make a difference in the world, and they want to do something meaningful with their lives. But then once you kind of come into this area, you then realize, shit, I've got to also sell myself and market myself as a coach in order for this to be successful, right? Hands up if that if that happened to you, right? Or if you're new to coaching and you're thinking, I'm actually going to have to do all that stuff too, where do I begin? Now, the brilliant thing about neuro-linguistic programming and becoming an NLP coach is that you're applying everything to yourself first and foremost, and you're experiencing the breakthrough. So if you have limiting beliefs around selling yourself, around being visible, around sales in general, I know that tends to be quite a big emotional trigger for a lot of new coaches, in my experience as well. So when this stuff comes up, when you do neuro-linguistic programming, you work on these kinds of things prior to finishing the course. So you're kind of moving through them at the same time as going through the course. And not only is it wonderful because you are then able to stand in your power and really support yourself in your business as a coach, it also supports you then to be able to market yourself in the stories that you tell, right? In the stories that you tell from your own experience. So you're not just saying, I can help you with X, I can help you with Y. You're giving real life examples from things that you've experienced yourself and the breakthroughs that you have had. And it's not just like surface level either. It's like deep subconscious work where you're working with your neural pathways, your neural network, your brain basically, and your subconscious, so your mind and your body and your pre-programming. So you're working with your whole self on, I want to say, on a soul level, like on a deep level, and really one of the things that I don't say it a lot, but we do it a lot, is you're working with connecting with yourself in here. So you're learning about yourself and who you are and why you are and what's important to you in life, and then you're connecting and opening up yourself to be able to connect with the higher version of yourself, so that you really can step into your potential and live in flow. And like, I just don't even have any words to describe that feeling, because it is just magic, right? And that is what you learn and what you go through when you learn neuro-linguistic programming. It is strengthening that connection with yourself and opening yourself up to be able to just connect with that higher version of yourself, which makes everything much easier in life. It like quietens your mind and gives you this ability to be able to take actions without doubting yourself, to be able to move forward without questioning why you're doing what you're doing and worrying about what other people are doing or comparing yourself to other people. So neuro-linguistic programming really is a holistic option that and a holistic approach that supports you in so many more ways than you consider before you even come into it. So some of you may have already read our neuro-linguistic programming guide. I would recommend that you download it if you've not already done it. If you're on Instagram with me, you can find the link in my profile. It's completely free. If you're on Facebook with me, I've put the link in the description as well. And if you're listening to the podcast on the replay, you'll be able to download it in the show notes. So neuro-linguistic programming is the art and science of being the best possible version of yourself. And then from that, trail tools and techniques to be able to make the changes necessary if you feel that they're necessary for yourself and for your clients as you're working with them. So you work with the mind, neural pathways, neural networks, and you work with the subconscious mind as well, which is the pre-programming of ourselves as well. We dive deep into understanding who we are at the core, what's really important to us, why that's important to us, and then so you can take action and live from a place of flow and ease. And so neuro-linguistic programming isn't really just about coaching. It's about tapping into your inner self, tapping into your inner guidance, and doing that lifelong. It creates the changes so deep that it gets lasting results. The difference between neuro-linguistic programming and other forms of coaching and life coaching and just general coaching is that it's powerful work, but it doesn't quite go as deep to the subconscious and work with the neural networks, whereas neuro-linguistic programming really taps into the mind and body and that connection as well, the mind and body connection. So lots of our students, I was looking through some of the comments our students have made recently, and I must admit it was hard to pick because there were so many amazing stories of their experiences, but I wanted to give you some like actual examples of things that our students have experienced as they've gone through the course and completed the course. So it wasn't just my own experiences, but it's also we've got over 300 students going through our neuro-linguistic programming practitioner course. So I wanted to really pull out some stuff that's going to be really tangible for you to understand how to become an NLP coach and what the outcomes are actually going to be of that as well. So one of the comments that one of our students made was about being able to make more money. So she said that learning neuro-linguistic programming helped her to secure a higher paying job, and because of the confidence she has gained through going through the course, neuro-linguistic programming has really helped her personally as well as professionally. So we have like 3 different groups of people who go through our NLP course. One of them is somebody who has never coached before. They've never done it, they've just started to consider becoming a coach, and they're looking for a coaching course that's going to support them. So that's kind of one group of people that we have going through our course. The second group is people who already work in the profession that they want to work in. So they might work for, the NHS, teaching, carers. We've had people in the police force, and people in jobs that they don't want to leave, but they just want some extra tools and techniques to support them to get better results. And so that's one group of people. And then the third group of people are people who have already started coaching, who are already coaching, may be quite successful, may not be. Regardless of that, they've discovered that they're taking their clients to a certain point and they're not able to get past. They're not able to really support them to break through to that next level. They've realized that the previous coaching programs that they've done don't quite support them to get to that subconscious work where you're working with the mind and body connection and the neural networks and the neural pathways. So we've got 3 different kind of groups of people who go through our training and become NLP coaches. So this one in particular, she wanted to become a coach and she wanted to discover like the coaching business for herself, but then as she's gone through the program, her priorities have changed and she's discovered that actually, there's stuff going on with her confidence and self-belief, which meant that she actually could then move forward in a job role and be satisfied in what she's, not what she was doing, but what she could be doing. Right, so she said, I wanted to post an update. After 21 years in one company, I've got a new job. I really didn't want to go back to traveling on the underground and working in an office. I've managed to secure a job, all remote working, and more money. So not only has she fulfilled her desire of not wanting to commute anymore, she's also got an increase in the money that she's earning as well. I honestly do not think I could have made the leap without NLP training. The confidence I've gained in myself and the removal of the self-limiting beliefs has been such a game changer for me. Thanks so much to Rebecca for the fab training, all the other ladies that post in the group, especially the amazing, and she's listed a couple of people who she's worked with on a closer level, but that's just incredible. And it always reminds me how powerful NLP coaching is and the different things that we can do in NLP. And it reminds me as well that, we just because we change our minds, or just because we've decided to do something, it doesn't mean that we can't then change our minds and do something different. Like, that's completely okay. Our priorities change, our values change, life changes, and how we perceive things change as well, especially when we release limiting beliefs when we learn NLP. Another of our students has said that it's really supported her after having her baby, and I can so relate to this. If anybody's read my journey already about learning NLP, you'll know that I suffered quite severely with postnatal depression after having my first child. But if you haven't read it, you can just Google Rebecca Lockwood NLP, and it should come up. Rebecca, honestly, signing up to your course has changed my whole postpartum life. I was sinking into a bit of a low, and it was impacting my personal life and business. I feel so much better already, gearing up for a next big launch next week. So I'm using all my NLP techniques to help myself, feeling super ready for it. So not only has it helped her personally in her life with what's going on, it's also helped her and supported her in her launching as well. So learning NLP can really help you with your personal life, your professional life, and becoming an NLP coach as well. So you can earn money from becoming an NLP coach, but it goes even further than that for the personal support that you'll get through learning NLP. Another comment was about, changing and setting up a business. Just when you finished week 4, although I still have some demos to record, but I'd practiced it on values and grow model so far. I'm really loving it. On the business side, I have the name, logo, and mission statement for my business, and half of a masterclass written. I feel my brain is unlocked to a whole new level I never knew existed. Exciting stuff. So it also can support you when you get the right NLP training and work with the right training company to set up the business side of things as well. Not only by releasing any limited beliefs that you have around setting up a coaching business, but also around the action that you can take. And we also have some business courses included as bonuses when you join our neuro-linguistic programming coaching course. So it can feel scary starting something new, and it can be scary thinking about whether you're doing the right thing or taking the right actions or adding the right thing to your toolkit if it's something that you're already if you're already coaching but need some more extra tools and techniques. It's normal to feel like that because our brains like to try and predict what is going to happen, but in some cases we just can't do that, because perhaps if you've never trained in NLP before or never become an NLP coach, you're not necessarily going to predict what's going to happen, which causes us to feel anxiety, unsureness. I wanted to say, but I'm sure that's not even a word. It can create some kind of unsureness, I was going to say again, but it can create some kind of unknowing, and we can't fast forward and predict what's going to happen. Sometimes we have to just kind of go with the flow and jump and trust that the process that we take and that we are being guided towards is the right one. So if you've got any questions about becoming a neuro-linguistic programming coach, you can sign up to my free NLP guide. If you're on Facebook with me, the link is in the description. And if you're on Instagram with me, the link is in my profile at rebecca.lockwood. In that NLP guide, I talk you through what NLP actually is. And then I pop you some links over in an email to our NLP course as well, so you can see the full breakdown of what's included in our courses and how to become an NLP coach.